In this video, we're doing daily fantasy sports picks. These are in the MLB. If you like baseball and you like daily fantasy sports, stick around. Welcome to the channel, guys. My name's Austin. This is the Sports Stage. On this channel, we're doing some daily fantasy sports picks. Today, we're doing baseball. We have done a little bit of Olympic basketball, but for the most part, July and August so far have been baseball. NBA finished a while back in June, and just not basketball to bet on. Now that the Olympics are going, we're betting on Olympic basketball a little bit. It's been hard with these start times, though. I wanted to do Olympic pick for y'all today in last night's video, but the games were like 3 a.m., stuff like that, and I just didn't think it was fair to put it out and not give you guys enough time to put those picks in. So we're going with baseball. We're going to try to get some basketball picks in the Olympics for the next round of games. I'll try to get those out maybe a day or two early. As soon as the picks drop on these apps, I'm going to be hunting for those Olympic basketball picks. But we're doing baseball today. I got 4 picks for you. 2 separate two-man slips, 2 different apps. We're going to have a little fun today. Let's get my face out of the way and get you into the apps and into the picks that we're doing here. Right here's Daily Grind. This is the Daily Grind fantasy tool. I'm going to use this. I found these picks on the Daily Grind website for this one. Give me just a second. I'll get all this stuff out of your guys as well. All right, so the first one I've got here is Blake Snell. We're going with Blake Snell, and we're going to hit this earned runs allowed, and we're taking the over on the 2 earned runs allowed. Yes, it's in red right here, but it's 54%. There's not a lot of great picks for tomorrow's games. Usually I can find picks that have an implied probability of around 55, 56, 57% sometimes. Those will be highlighted in green on Daily Grind. The Daily Grind is similar to OddsJam. I use OddsJam a lot to find picks and hunt for them. This one's got it in like an orange tint, hue. I don't know. I'm not a color guy. It's orange-ish, right? You guys see what I'm saying? It ain't green, which usually I'm looking for the green picks. But I do like this pick here, Blake Snell on the earned runs line over 2. You can see here all the books have him at 1.5. They all have him going over at 1.5 at minus odds. Pretty heavy minus odds, actually. So Pinnacle, y'all know Pinnacle's the sharpest book in the world. They have him at minus 175 to be over 1.5 earned runs. So if he gets 2 earned runs, it hits on the sports books. Does not hit on Dabble, but it's a push. Push is not a loss. So we got to remember that. This 2 line is very similar to the 1.5 line. It's not a win, but it's also not a loss. It's like kissing your stepsister. It's a tie. Don't go and kiss your stepsister. That's weird. Anyways, that Blake Snell over on the earned runs. So let's pull him up over here on props.cash. Let's find earned runs allowed here. Sorry, I had to move that out of my way so I could see. All right, where are we at here? We need to go to earned runs. We're going to go down to the San Francisco game tomorrow night. San Francisco, Washington. They actually don't have his earned run chart up. It's still stuck on JD Martinez. So we're not going to be able to show you that. That's fucking awesome. Okay, so now we're over here in props.cash. We've got the earned runs category selected. San Francisco, Blake Snell at 1.5. We're hitting the over, like I said, minus 175. This is Caesars. Sorry, that was BetMGM. If we click on Caesars, it's minus 169. Getting good odds here. Look at this chart, guys. Look at that. Kind of like the old AT&T commercials. If you guys are old enough to remember those, it was like 15 years ago. More bars and more places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of his last 10. He has given up at least 2 earned runs. He's going up against the Nationals tomorrow, so he does. It's not like he's facing the best team in the league, but the Nationals are not a bad baseball team right now. Weighted runs created plus the last 15 games, the Nationals rank 3rd. So Nationals are hot right now. I know on the season they're ranked 26 in weighted runs created plus, but the last 15 games they've been hot. Okay, they've been hot. Blake Snell actually hasn't done terrible. If you click on his last 5, he's under that in 4 of his last 5 games. So just his last 5, he's been pretty decent. His last 10, though, he's obviously, like I said, he's been over it there in 6 of those last 10. That's 60% of the time in those last 10. We're looking for 55% and higher. I like looking at last 10. The last 5 chart here does worry me slightly because he's kind of coming around. But with the way the Nationals have been hitting, like I said, third in weighted runs created plus over the last 15 games, second in on-base percentage. Snell is Snell. He's going to deal. Ever since he started in the majors, he's going to deal. I wish they didn't trade him away from the Padres. I loved having him as a Padre. If you guys don't know, I'm a Padres fan, clearly. But anyways, Snell's out. He's gone. We're taking that one, guys, over on the earned runs for Blake Snell. Let me know what you guys think of that pick. Moving on to the next one, Taj Bradley. We're going to go over on his strikeout line. Let's find the Tampa Bay game here. And let's go to strikeouts so I can show you his line. He's sitting at 4.5 in the sports books. We've actually, on Dabble, we've got him at 5. Dabble has a lot. They're unique in the daily fantasy world or realm of things. If you guys haven't used the Dabble app, they have a lot of even lines, not as many half lines. They do have some half lines, but they're one of the only apps that gives a lot of those even lines. Prizepicks does it too. Sleeper and Chalkboard, they seem to be on those half lines. It's very similar to the sports books. You'll get a lot of 4.5s, 3.5s, whatever it may be, like the sports books here. Fanatics has them at 5.5. DraftKings has him at 4.5. These books think he's going to get 5 strikeouts. You can see right now, all these books think he's going to get 5. Dabble has the line set at 5. Fanatics has the odds on the 5.5 strikeouts, favored to go under. DraftKings, Caesars, and BetMGM have the line at 4.5. They all have him favored to go over. Everybody thinks he's getting 5 strikeouts. If he gets 5, we push. If he gets more than 5, we win. I think he's going to get at least 5. Hopefully we don't push. I would hate to see a push for Snell and Bradley, but if that's the case, worst case scenario, we get our money back and keep that bankroll where it's at, not losing money. We're trying to win, but we're also trying not to lose. I know Herm Edwards would probably slap me for saying that. You play to win the game, right? Some of you might be too young to even remember that speech. I'm realizing I'm getting a little bit old. AT&T commercials and now Herm Edwards speeches. But nonetheless, guys, we're going with Taj Bradley over 5 strikeouts. You see here, if I move that line to 5, right now it's set at 5 where it originally was 4.5. But I bumped it up to 5. He's been over it 3 of his last 5 games. Look at his last 10. 3 of his last 5, he's been over it. Those other 2, he's pushed. Has not lost in his last 5. In his last 10 games, he's been under it only 1 time. Pushed twice. The rest of the time, those other 7 games, he's been over it. So Taj Bradley is likely to hit this based on his recent trends. Look at who he's playing against. The last 15 games, St. Louis is 27th in strikeout percentage. 27th, that's almost worst in the league. Only 3 spots below worst. Look at Taj Bradley's strikeout percentage. He's in the 81st percentile. Everything's going our way in this pick. There's nothing that says don't take the over on Taj Bradley at 5 strikeouts. If you have him at 4.5 strikeouts, that's even better if you're playing on the sports book here. But if you're using daily fantasy apps, Dabble's got you covered here. 5 is a great line. Hit that over. Guys, before I move on to the next couple picks, if you don't have Dabble, I'm leaving a code down here. It's been on the screen already for most of this video. Code SSWIN. That's going to get you a $10 free bet. Don't miss out on free shit that these apps are giving you. Excuse my language, but apps give you a sign-on bonus. So sign up for every app that you can get. Get that sign-on bonus and play them. Every app is different. They have different lines, and it's smart to use multiple sports betting apps. I'll leave a little link here on this video at the end so you can watch my video on multiple sports betting apps. Get in on as many apps as you can because not every app is going to have the best lines. So that's why, that's why you need to scavenge and find those best picks, or just watch videos like mine or other cappers on YouTube that will do that for you. They'll find you the best picks across the different apps. Today, these ones are the best on Dabble right now. Sometimes one app is better than the other. So take advantage of that free money that these apps are giving you. Get on Dabble, use code SSWIN. You're going to get a free $10 bet. You can play it on this slip, and it's risk-free to you. Okay, it's simple. It's very, very smart to use multiple sports betting apps. Prizepicks, Underdog, Dabble, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Better, Fliff, Rebet, all these different daily fantasy apps that you can use. So that's just my 2 cents on multiple sports betting apps. I got a video, like I said, I'll put here at the end of this one. You can click and watch that. Moving on, guys, we're going into the Sleeper app now. Same thing applies for Sleeper. I'm going to leave that code, a promo code at the bottom for you on Sleeper. Code worldwide. That gets you up to a $100 deposit match on your first deposit. Don't miss out on that free money. That's big time. If you can deposit $100, they're going to give you $100 free. But first one we got here, we're going to go with another earned run line. Let's find the earned runs again. And we're going to go into the St. Louis game, sticking with that same Taj Bradley, same game as Taj Bradley. We're going to go with Eric Fetty now. And we're going to go with the earned run lines, and we're hitting the under on Eric Fetty. His line is set at 2.5. Favored, the under is favored, minus 145. This is according to Caesars here. If you click on BetMGM, it's the same odds on the under. Caesars is giving us a little bit better odds if we were to take the over as far as payout goes, but we're not messing with the over. Don't worry about that. Under minus 145 on both BetMGM and Caesars. Looking at his last 10 here, 6 of his last 10, he's been under that on the earned runs line. 4 of those games, he did go over. You can see here on the second, he gave up 5 earned runs to the Cubs. He's playing against the Rays tonight. Looking at the Rays, they are not a bad baseball team. They're kind of a little bit better than middle of the road here in the last 15 as far as weighted runs created plus, and on base percentage, they're ranked 10th, so top third of the league in the last 15 games. Not a bad baseball team right now. Last 30, they're ranked 20th. On the season, they're ranked 20th. They're right between that middle third and bottom third on weighted runs created plus on the season. Middle third and on base percentage. So Rays are not a bad team. Eric Fetty, very low in strikeout percentage, very low in swinging strike rate. So the matchup in this doesn't look like a lock, like a sure hit. Now, when I say lock, I'm not saying it's a guaranteed hit. Don't listen if anybody tells you they're giving you a guaranteed bet. It's not true. It's never true. It's betting. You win some, you lose some. But that Taj Bradley pick looks very good when you look at the matchup. This one, not so much. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to hit for sure. But I like the pick based on his last 10 games. And looking at his entire season, guys, 36% of the time he's been over that. 36% of the time. That means 64% of the time he's hitting the under. We're looking at an edge over the books. Anything over 55% I feel comfortable with. We're at 64% on the season that he's hitting under. I like this pick. Lock that one in. Eric Fetty under 2.5 earned runs on the Sleeper app. JD Martinez is our next player we're going with. Let's move over to the Mets game here. And I'm going to go in batting strikeouts. Mets versus Rockies. Tell me if you think the Rockies are good at baseball. They're not. So, what do you think we're going to do here with JD Martinez? Is he going to hit the over on strikeouts, or is he going to hit the under on strikeouts? Yeah, you guessed it right, guys. We're going to take the under on 1.5 strikeouts for JD Martinez. He does strike out quite a bit. Not going to lie. Look at this. In his last 10 games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, he's had at least 1 strikeout. Guy's getting old. I think he's like 38 years old now. He's past his prime, but he's coming off a 3 strikeout game against St. Louis. Tonight, he did not strike out at all. I told you guys last night, after a guy strikes out 3 times or even 2 times, I love hitting the under on his strikeouts. It's very rare that an MLB player, a Major League Baseball player, is going to go multiple games with multiple strikeouts in a row. He did it here, 2 and 3. But 3 strikeouts is a lot. These guys fix their game. They're so technical, and it's so hard to strike a guy out that many times in one single game. And this is the Rockies. Feltner's pitching tomorrow. No Rockies pitcher is good, I should say. Gomber is actually decent. At least he's decent because the Rockies gave up Nolan Arenado for him. That's the best thing they got out of it. But nonetheless, Feltner is not a good pitcher. He's a pitcher for the Colorado Rockies, and it's in Colorado, not a pitcher's park. It's a hitter's park, 100%. So JD Martinez under 1.5 strikeouts. That's kind of all I have to say about it. But if you want to go down here and look a little bit more into it, he's a right-handed batter facing a right-handed pitcher. That favors the pitcher, but look at Feltner. He's given up 265 average against righties this year, 290 average against lefties. The lefty part doesn't matter, but I like the pick, guys, and I like the matchup. And even more than I like the matchup, I like the ballpark that they're playing in. JD Martinez, the ball just doesn't move that much in Colorado. If you guys didn't know that, at altitude like that, your break is not the same as it's going to be in Florida or Texas or somewhere where there's some humidity, low altitude. The ball just doesn't move as much. So flatline balls, he's not going to be striking out that much. JD Martinez knows how to make contact. He's been doing it for years. Hit the under on JD Martinez. There's your picks, guys. Eric Fetty under 2.5 earned runs. JD Martinez under 1.5 strikeouts. That's the slip I'm doing on the Sleeper app and on the Dabble app. Blake Snell over 2 earned runs. Taj Bradley over 5 strikeouts. That Taj Bradley pick, couldn't be more confident in that one. Let's get it tomorrow, guys. Let's win. Let's hit both of these. This is fun. I love this stuff, guys. So comment what you think about these picks. Let me know if you're taking them, if you're tailing them, if you're mixing, matching, or using one of these picks or all of these picks. I mean, I'm putting these out here, giving you guys some recommendations on picks. It's up to you if you want to take them. I will say I am going light right now on my bankroll because I'm gearing up for football season. Football is where we win big. So I'm light on the bankroll right now, making sure my bankroll stays high because when football season comes, we're going all freaking in and we're going to win. I cannot wait for football to start. If you're an NFL fan, I got one little fun tidbit here at the end of this video. I put together a pick 'em pool on the Sleeper app. Sleeper now has pick 'em pools that just started this week. I think it's awesome. I use them for my fantasy leagues. I also use them for pick 'ems. Sleeper is my favorite app. I'm not going to lie. I like it over all of the other apps just because it's kind of a do-it-all, one-stop shop for sports. I've used their fantasy football. I've used them for fantasy football for the last 5 years. I'm thinking about moving my ESPN league over to Sleeper. This is not a Sleeper promotion. I'm not trying to tell you to do your fantasy leagues on the Sleeper app. I'm just telling you guys why I love it so much. Anyways, they have pick'em leagues now. I started a pick'em pool on Sleeper. We're going to do this by the spread. So it's not just the straight up, like we'll use the Ravens-Chiefs game opening night, for example. It's not straight up Chiefs win, Ravens win. We're going to do this by the spread. Right now the spread's at 3.5. If you think the Ravens are going to win or lose by less than 3.5 points, take the Ravens. That's how that works. Same thing goes with the Chiefs. If you think they're going to win by more than 3.5 points, take the Chiefs. So that's how the pick'em's going to work. If you guys want in on that pick'em, it's free entry. Winner's going to get $200. I'm paying the winner myself $200. All you got to do, use code worldwide on Chalkboard or Sleeper. Sign up for those apps. Just minimum deposit is $10. I said it's a free entry. You're probably thinking, oh, I got to pay $10. You're putting $10 in your own wallet. All you're doing is depositing it into that app. So it doesn't cost you anything. It's $10 you can play with on the app, or use code SSWIN on Dabble. Worldwide on Chalkboard and Sleeper, SSWIN on Dabble. You guys if you're playing daily fantasy apps anyways, take advantage of that. Use that free money that the apps are going to give you. And this is the chance for you to do it and get into a pick'em pool where you can win $200 if you win that pick'em pool. So if you use one of those 3 codes on those apps, send me an email. I'm going to leave my email down here in the description of this video. Take a screenshot of your deposit. It'll show you that you used that code. Send me an email with that screenshot. I'll give you the link to the pick'em pool, and then you're in it. We can all play together. It's going to be fun, guys. We're going to have a great time during football, between pick'em pools, between fantasy football leagues, and sports betting in the sports books and daily fantasy apps. I love football season. Cannot wait, guys. That's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. If you like these videos, hit that subscribe button, please. It helps me a ton. Support of the channel is always appreciated. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next time.